Good day. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Atari 8-bit gameplay. Today I've got for you a newly unearthed game called Crystal Mine. This is from, I believe it's from 1985 according to Atari Mania. New Age software out of the US by John Felton. That's a nice little title screen. It's kind of cool. Yes, it says it is from 1985. I just actually read the instructions. Let's see if I can do this properly. Oh, maybe I'll have to add a capture source to show y'all. Or can I change on the fly? Let's see. Well, that's working good. Let me find the right window here. That one. There we go. Oh, that's not well sized, is it? Oh, that's poorly shaped for... Should I make this wider? Let me make this wider. Well, that didn't help very much, did it? I guess the page content isn't that... Alright, well, that'll do. Alright, so this is the page. I have the instructions up here, which I did just read. Crystal Mine. Looks like the Windows symbol, interestingly. A hide-and-seek game of deductive reasoning by John W. Felton. And it goes on to explain how to play the game, which I have read. Your job is to... There's a little story here. You're on the crystal mines on Saturn, and the crystal mining is done in 3 stages: cutting, finding, and cleaning. The other thing, the cutter cuts sheets of rock from the walls of the mine. Then they're hauled to the surface where the finder takes over. The finder's job is to locate the crystals. From here on, the cleaner takes over and with the aid of the finder's crystal map meticulously extracts each crystal. The idea being to save energy, which is a precious commodity on Saturn. You are a finder, so the other 2 professions are irrelevant. Here's a shot of the package, which is pretty cool. And the diskette. I don't normally do this, to be honest, but because this is a new thing, many thanks to Soulbuster for dumping this programming and scanning the disk and manual. So Soulbuster, whoever you are in reality, thanks very much. I'm now going to give this a go. If I can change back to my... There we are. That actually seemed to work. Good Lord. What is this world coming to? Alright, where's the... Oh, there it is. The window with the emulator. Let's see here. Select. Start. Players. What am I doing? Oh, there we go. Up and down on the joystick, 1 player, and then... That doesn't do anything. How do you hit number keys for the crystals? Ah, damn it. I need to look at the instructions again. How do you actually operate the selection system? There we go. Getting started, you need a color TV. Check, I have a color TV. You need a diskette drive, got that. No cartridges. Check. 1 or 2 players. Push forward. The number of players is selected. Push forward for 2. Pull back for 1. Right. Oh, press the trigger on the joystick. Durr. There we go. Now, how many crystals are we going to hide in the thing here? From... Where did I lose? I lost it. Number of players, number of crystals. From 1 to 9. Okay, timed games, right, start and select, hiding the crystals. Okay, alright, I think we got the idea. Let's go with 5, and then timed, up or down, nice little menu system, no. Actually, yeah, but we'll set it to 0. Here we go. So now we can place markers where we think crystals are, and we can fire rays or beams into the slab of rock. They'll deflect or stop based on hitting. What's happening here? What? What is even happening here? Hang on a sec. What's going on? Firing rays. Rays in the work area trace a visible path. This path is affected by markers you have placed in the work area, not the crystals in the slab. Ray in the work area. To shoot a ray. Oh. Move the cursor to the edge of the box and keep the joystick pushed towards that edge. Hang on a sec. Firing rays into the slab. What's the work area versus the slab? I missed that. Is there another screen here? When a ray encounters a crystal, 2 additional blah 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 blah. Rays move in straight lines unless they're deflected. Clues. Work area. The grid shown on the screen is the work area which you will use to map out the locations of the crystals. Markers are placed on the grid. You may move them around. Your location, the marker, and compared once you... Okay. Firing rays into the slab. To fire a ray, move the cursor to the edge. The cursor should change into a yellow arrow pointing towards the slab. Pressing the trigger will fire a ray into the slab from that point. Well, is that not what I did? And how are these yellow? I don't understand. Oh, you don't get to see the ray. Oh. Okay, all right, I'm starting to understand. So these markers here, that's like an entry and exit point. So that means there is... Okay, so that's my marker for a crystal. I think because the ray went here and exited over here, that is almost for sure a crystal. I don't think it could be anywhere else there. If it gets absorbed, then I think maybe you get a red. I'm not sure about that part. And if it doesn't go anywhere at all, so maybe that's a crystal right there. Let's see what happens if I fire from here. Oh, what about here? Oh, it deflected. Oh, wait a minute. What happened there? Does it do different patterns for deflections? Oh boy. So if that's the case, there should be a crystal there. As I pick my nose, why not? It's itchy inside, okay? I'm not trying to extract snot. It's actually itching inside my nostril. I swear. I swear to you. Look, check my thumb. There's no boogers on it. Okay, so what about this one's right here? These red ones. I'm not quite sure what that means. Fire array marker. Oh, the marker will be a... What? To receive clues, you must fire array. To fire array, move the cursor, blah, 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 blah. Pressing the trigger will fire a ray into the slab from that point. If the ray has been fired up, marker will be placed under the cursor. This marker will be solid red if the ray was absorbed. Solid yellow. Okay, I guess my color tuning is off here. Solid green if... I lost my place. Solid green if the ray was reflected. Absorbed. Reflected. Reflected means... it came back. So if you hit a crystal dead on, it's absorbed. if you hit between two crystals, it is reflected, according to the manual. And then if the ray was reflected, or a shape with a matching shape placed elsewhere on the edge of the slab to show the ray's entrance and exit. Okay, all right. How's my score doing? 8. Okay, scoring array, shooting array, blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's for 2-player games. Okay, so deduction. I do typically like deductive sorts of games. I just have to kind of wrap my head around this one a little bit. So if I shoot a ray here, it should reflect and come out here if my thing is accurate and there's no other crystals in there. Right, okay, so I'm pretty sure that's a crystal. And this one was reflected here, so that means there is probably one here. And then 4 and 5 means I have to have 2 here. This one was absorbed and this one was absorbed, so that kind of means, oh, that doesn't make sense. I don't know what that means. That's weird. Maybe this isn't a crystal. Maybe... No, that can't be right. Oh boy, interesting. Interesting. Okay, okay, okay. It's cool. So if I shoot from here, I should get an absorption. Oh, it reflected. What? Oh, it bounced around. Oh, that's interesting. Oh my. Oh my. So that argues for one here and one here. And not for one there. So I'm not sure where I got that one from even. Oh, that was because of the reflection. Oh man, this is... Am I misjudging the reflections? Where is the... If a ray encounters crystals in front and to each side of it, it will be reflected. In front and to each side. What? Oh, yeah, no, yeah, okay. So my understanding of reflections was correct. So how does that work? It kind of means there's got to be one here. But that can't be, because then this bounce pattern wouldn't work. Oh boy. Oh, hang on. That's not in the right place. To reflect it. Okay, that makes more sense. That's kind of what I was saying before about there had to be one there, because so it's absorbed from each of these 2 red blocks. And then that would account... Oh no, it doesn't. Oh shit, it doesn't. How does that work? It has to be here to reflect. So the path would be bum, 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 bum. Unless it's more complicated than that, which I suppose it could be. So that accounts for this red one, but not this red one. Oh my goodness. And how did this happen? That would be... Huh. Well, maybe I'm misunderstanding this reflection business. Okay, let's take a shot from here. It should... Oh. What? That argues for one here. How in the hell does that work? How is that reflected? If the manual says it would be absorbed before being reflected. So that would account for the red one on the far right there, but it wouldn't account for the reflection. So maybe I'm misunderstanding the reflection thing. I don't know. Okay, let me try some other things here. Oh, the timer reset? What? Why did the timer reset? Have I gone over 10 minutes? Is that the limit? Okay, absorbed, which I would have expected. Here should be absorbed. Here should be absorbed. Why is this one not absorbed? Oh, wait a minute. That can't be right. What the actual hell is going on here? That can't be right. Don't have these reflections quite right. What happens here? That shouldn't go anywhere. Absorbed. Why? What happens when you do that? If the ray is absorbed, has no exit point, a solid red square is placed. If the ray is reflected, a solid yellow square is placed. And I've got 5 crystals in here. This is interesting. So this one should result in a red. And this one should result in a red. What? And that one was reflected. Oh boy. What does that mean? I like the different markers. That's clever. That should mean that there's a crystal right here, but how? And then what about this guy? How does that work? Ermagerd. Okay, well, let me get some more clues and see if I can reconcile. That one was what? Okay, that makes sense. That one just goes straight across, so that's good. That row's clear. That one should be reflected. Okay, that one should be... Oh, it's not. Son of a... Okay, so this can't be right. And that can't be right either. That one went straight through. Okay. Absorbed, absorbed. So, I'm reasonably comfortable that those two are correct. Okay, so this one bounces and comes out over here. Now this one was... How? But how? It's got to be here. It's got to be here. And then, so this ray is reflected here. But then how could it ever... No, it can't be. So here then. So then it gets reflected here. Well, that's what I had, isn't it? Oh, and then here. Oh, no, not here. What the hell? Oh, hang on. Here. Which is what I had. Okay, these window box ones are misleading. Something funny is going on there. Must be multiple bounces, maybe. I'm not quite sure. How can these both be absorbed? Or reflected, rather. I don't see how that's even a thing. There's got to be a crystal in this line somewhere. And there's got to be one in this line, and one in this line. So it's got to be here. And then, what the hell? I mean, that accounts for that one. I don't know what the hell accounts for this one. This one, that can't be right, I guess. Maybe can't be there because that one goes straight through. This one, oh, you can't see the mouse cursor. This one here makes sense for that bounce. That one and this one here. That also makes sense for that one. And this one here makes sense for this bounce right there. So those are all good. This one here goes straight through. This one somehow ricochets up and back out. How would that work? It would have to bounce. It can't bounce there. What the hell? Okay, this can't be right. It could be here, but that doesn't account for that reflection. Does it? It does account for this one though. Those two. That makes that work, which is what I had there before. It also makes these two work. So that's probably good. Now I'm not sure about this one. And then this one doesn't have an absorption point either. Nor does this. One here would account for all three. What it doesn't account for is this crazy thing here. So this would go winging off here. Oh, no, it does. Oh, did I finally figure it out? Is everything account? Okay, I think I've been, oh my god, this has gone on long enough. A deductive game of skill and endurance. Okay, so now if I hit the trigger here, it'll compare it with the actual. Okay, I think that means I win. Meaning I got the maximum score. Shots 24. Okay, I'm gonna do this again, but I'm gonna just sort of randomly place stuff without taking any shots, and not even enough, and just see what the board looks like when I do that. Okay, so there's where they really were, and I didn't get any right, unshockingly. Alright, interesting. It took me 7 seconds to completely lose. Okay, wow, that's actually quite good. According to the Atari Mania homepage, this is the completely unknown, released today? Yesterday on Atari Mania. December 28th, 2024, completely unknown Crystal Mine. New Age software archived by Soulbuster again. Thanks, Soulbuster, and thanks to our good friend John W. Felton. Thanks, John W. Felton. I mean, it even has his address from, the instructions even has his address from 39 years ago. He lived in Pleasanton, California at that time. Unlikely to still live there, and if he does, well, I guess his address is now public. Okay. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you got some enjoyment out of that. I do like a good puzzle game, and that's actually quite good. It's quite clever, and it has a bunch of variants. There's a two-player game where the opponents place the crystals. The other one has to look away. You can handicap it by setting different time limits for each player in the timed version, and various things like that. So it's got a lot of variance, and I think it would stand up as a two-player game. I was in the middle of my sign-off when I started talking again. That's a curse I have to bear. In any case, you all take good care of yourselves, and I shall see you next time. Bye for now.